all that. So now that seat now belongs to my wife. So when I come to pick you, you sit behind. Especially if my wife is in the car, you don't go, or if she's also coming with us, you don't go to the front, to the passenger side to try and get in. You actually go and sit behind. But if she, out of respect, offers you that seat, you should know that that seat is a temporal seat, and that you should only enjoy it for as long as she's happy for you to remain there. You know, but sometimes we need to make that truth known and put it out there up front, so that of course in love, so that everybody knows,
not to create more problems.
Well, the idea is,
I think the manner in which that friend
can also create problems.
Can just annoy the mom.
Yes, and then she becomes even more.
Who do you think you are?
That's right.
I gave birth to you.
Right.
I did this. But I think through wisdom, we can still make that same statements,
without annoying. Yes, that's right.
Because mothers and parents can get easily offended.
Oh yes.
Especially when they always see their little boy, their little girl as always being a little boy. You never grow up.
That's right. You never grow up to your parents.
So they'll just think, it's this wife of yours or this husband of yours. Are they the enemy? I thought they're supposed to be our children.
That's right.
I think it's very key the way you marry the relationship, so you don't cause any friction. Because at the end of the day,
on all fronts,
you want there to be harmony. You want
That's right.
Peace. I can beat my hand on my chest and say the way the relationship between Jenna and my mom is more like, Jenna calls my mom calls Jenna. Sometimes I don't even know what they're talking about. But it's more like the daughter-mother relationship.
That's right.
Yes. And I think that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. I mean, if she wants something, from the family, she should feel comfortable to ask. Yeah,
that's
anyone,
right.
Not just the son, anyone, the daughter-in-law as well, or the son-in-law, anybody.
Okay, so but how does this also relate to friends? Where do friends come in? You will, like, for instance, you and I were so close that if our team is playing a match, we're on the phone 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Dangerous grounds.
Before the end of the match. Okay, but how do friends or peers or colleagues at work, if you are that way inclined to go and share your marital issues with colleagues, how do friends cause or problems in marriages, or cause disagreements to arise in
the way I say, just like, obviously your in-laws are more important, so if you know
in order of preference,
in order of priority or preference,
yes.
So if you know where to draw the line,
boundaries
with your in-laws, why not with your friends?
Exactly.
So you must know where to draw the boundaries with your friends, your work colleagues, your peers, whoever, even your blood brothers, so to say, or sisters. And at the end of the day, this is your wife.
Yes.
You're going to come home to your wife. Okay, so
there's something Charles always says. He says that every other thing in this life I jointly own with Valerie. But Valerie is the one thing I own all by myself.
All to me.
That's the truth.
It is so true. I think most people, when they go into marriage, they don't set the boundaries. Some of them actually take their friends
with them into the marriage. That's right.
Marriage. And that is so wrong. It doesn't matter what that friend did for you. It doesn't matter if the friend housed you, accommodated you, throughout, before you got married. No. You've got to set the boundaries, because that is an external relationship. That's what we refer to as an external relationship.
That's right.
And any external, relationship will have external influences on the marriage. And if you really regard this, I'm not saying don't have friends that you regard or friends that you can go to and talk to, but your life with your husband, you're one with your husband and with no other person.
It's like taking yourself out to go and discuss.
The Bible says you're one. So if you think you're exposing your husband, you're exposing yourself.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, that is not the way God, wants us to go about it. Whatever it is, the nakedness should be not with another person, but with our spouses.
Yeah. Also, you know, when you tend to do that to your spouse, where you sideline your spouse and you make decisions, it could be with your friends. I really don't think you should be discussing any marital things with your friends.
I agree. I agree totally.
Not even with family, not friends, nobody. Okay, but when you start, so it could be a relation calling and saying, "Oh, hello brother, hello uncle, I want to come," and you're saying, "Okay, come." Okay, and the wife is not aware. Another wife is going to say no. Now you'll find out that one, you're belittling your wife or your spouse or your husband. Either way, okay, because gradually you might not see it happening, but she becomes irrelevant. Because if A can say yes or no to that without even making it aware or making it known to you that the other party or your spouse
has it say.
That's how I say it, because tomorrow nobody's going to think about you because you don't matter.
That's right.
That's true.
You're going to go straight to the other spouse and
that's true.
make
the
their
request. That's right.
No, so it's very important as well.
God help us.
So, having mentioned all these issues that can potentially cause disagreement between a couple, what are the possible ways of minimizing or completely eliminating this potential disagreement? Yes. What can we do to eliminate the potential for the disagreements to arise between a couple?
I think one of the key things that couples can do is really to always put the interest of their spouse before anything else.
Okay.
You know, you're always thinking, how would my husband see this? How would my wife see this? You know, because when you're always thinking about them, you're always preferring them, you're always, you know, thinking about what is it that will please them? You know, would this make them happy? Would this make them upset? I think it will go a long way to eliminate a lot of disagreements. Because, for instance, if I'm thinking about maybe an in-law, you know, who is probably asking me for something and I haven't spoken to my husband about it. I mean, the first thing I would think is, well, if my husband got to hear this, you know, and he heard it after I have actually reacted to this request, how would he feel? If you know he wouldn't like it, then you'll make sure that you sort it out and get it right before you actually, you know, action the request. So, I mean, when we put one another and put the interests of one another and, you know, the feelings of one another, the feelings of our spouse, you know, before anything else, you know, then I think that would always help us to, you know, overcome.
That's very important. You mentioning the issue of feeling, because that's the word I've been looking for. How about the spouse thinking, if I was on the receiving end of this, I'm about to take a decision. I haven't consulted my spouse. If the shoe was on the other foot, if my spouse was about to take a decision
and hadn't consulted
me, how would I feel?
Yeah.
You know, would I like it? Would I be singing his praises? Would I be shouting from the rooftops? Will I let people know that this is the right way to go? Would I want my children to carry on like that in their own lives when they grow up and get married? You know, these are issues that one needs to step back and think about. How would I feel if I was on the receiving end? And if we were able to put ourselves in that position, I do believe it might go a long way to help us to check ourselves. You know.
I agree. That's words.
I think at the end of the day, for me, it all boils down to being together as one, communicating as one, thinking together, having one mind.
Yes,
that's what it all boils down to. And the important word for me, or the key word for me, is respect for each other,
one another. Yes, that's right.
If that respect is there, it will eliminate a lot of disagreements you will have.
Yes, Charles.
Yes. Is there any other issues you'd like to discuss as it pertains to eliminating disagreements between between spouses?
Well, love is the greatest of them all. You know, if you love
And trust.
and trust as well.
Trust is key.
Yeah, you know, love is so powerful. You know, if I love you like I do, I will do you good all the days of my life.
That's what the Bible commands you
yes,
to do.
and so anything that I believe will not go down well with you, I must try and strive to avoid.
That's right.
And you know, trust, yes, but you know, we also want to feel, you know, valued. We want to feel that we are parts, you know, of the home. We want to feel that, oh, at least my opinions count for something, you know. And sometimes it's not that, you know, a spouse would, you know, be angry at the fact that, you know, they weren't consulted. It's just the fact that they just feel left out. You know, they just feel that maybe they really don't have anything to offer.
I think it's respect, really.
Yeah, so yeah, so you know, and I think if we do that, you know, a lot of the issues will be eliminated.
That's very good. That's very good. I think we have tried to touch on most of the issues that could readily cause disagreements between couples. And even like I would normally say, it's not exhaustively discussed.
Yes.
But I believe that anyone who has issues to discuss or would need guidance, please feel free to write in or call us. The contact details are right now on the bottom of your screen. Please feel free to call in, have a chat, or send us an email. We will promptly reply, and we believe God will help you as you diligently seek to make your home better, as you diligently seek to do your spouse good all the days of your life, because it's not me speaking now, it is what the Bible tells us we ought to do. We need to love one another. We need to be good to one another. God bless you for tuning in. Please, we look forward to having you again. Watch what next will be coming your way. God bless you, and goodbye.
God bless you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, holy fire, love's purest light, burn all desire.